How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Schmoedown Central. I'm your host, Brad Thomas, breaking down the week that what's in the movie trivia Schmoedown. Of course, we had the Anarchy team tournament moving on, and of course, we had the semifinals going down this week. So, two giant matches. We're going to see who will be facing in those finals. It'll be some exciting stuff. Two great matches, and let's get into what happened and what went down on Tuesday's matchup. So on Tuesday, we had the odd couple taking on the Harris brothers, Lon Harris and Jonathan Harris, coming in with the 2-0 record with one knockout, and Jeff Sneider and Marc Andreyko also coming in with the 2-0 record and one knockout. Round number 1 was off and running, and staying close very early on, but managing to pull away. The Harris brothers were on question number 5, but still no one really having a terrible round, but with really one standout round. That was Lon Harris, going a perfect 8 for 8 in the first round, earning himself the bonus question, while his partner Jonathan, he went 5 for 8. Marc Andreyko and Jeff Sneider not doing too bad. Marc going 5 for 8 and Jeff Sneider going 6 for 8. But Lon Harris getting that bonus question and getting that bonus question correct to get the Harris brothers to a 14-11 lead at the end of round number 1. Round number 2, the Harris brothers up first, spinning the category of Tarantino movies and doing not too bad for themselves, missing on 2 questions, but able to get every question they got correct by 2 points. So they end up going 4 for 6, getting a possible 8 out of 12 points, and almost steal on question 2 for the odd couple, debating the challenge but deciding not to do so. But this all led to a Harris brothers lead by a score of 22-11, making it a tough thing for the odd couple to come back from. But the odd couple were up to try to do that, but unfortunately spin the category of opponent's choice, and they get the category of sports movies, and not doing too well for themselves in this round, going 3 for 6, getting a possible 5 out of 12 points, giving up a 1-point steal on question number 3, and then ending the round by giving up another 1-point steal on question number 6. This, of course, now giving the Harris brothers a 24-16 lead at the end of round 2. In the third and final round, the odd couple needing to hit all 3 of their questions to force it back. Question number 1 coming in the category of modern classics. Marc Andreyko deciding to take this one and gets that first question correct. Question number 2 coming in the category of Leonardo DiCaprio movies. Jeff Sneider taking this one, and he gets that question correct. And question number 3, the 5-pointer, needing to hit this one. Fantasy sci-fi movies, and again getting that question correct. A perfect round 3 for the odd couple, and now lead by a score of 26-24. But at the Harris brothers, it was time for them to answer their questions in round number 3. Question number 1, Jonathan going first in the category of war movies and gets that first question correct. In question number 2, they could win it here. Lon Harris with the category of biopics, and he does exactly that, getting that question correct as the Harris brothers win it by a score of 29-26. With victory, the Harris brothers moving on to the finals and improve on their record to 3-0 with one knockout, while the odd couple now fall to 2-1 with one knockout. The Harris brothers doing impressive for themselves here, going 20 for 25 for questions they were asked for 80%, while the odd couple going 17 for 25 for questions they were asked for 68%. In case you have to wonder about the percentages, I don't include the steals in it. That's just how I do it. On the individual side of things, Lon Harris leading the way, going 10 for 10 for 100%. Impressive game for Lon Harris. Jonathan going 6 for 9 for 67%. Jeff Sneider leading the way for the odd couple, going 7 for 9 for 78%. And Marc Andreyko going 6 for 9 for 67%. So there you have it, the odd couple out, and Harris brothers advance to the finals. The kind of storybook team coming in, forming, of course, in the second round of the tournament. Now on to the finals. Jonathan and Lon playing well together. They know each other's strengths, of course, being brothers. So now we'll see what they can do in the finals, playing our winner of the next match. Of course, we also saw that before the match, of course, you had the reveal that, of course, Mark Reilly's dog was indeed stolen by Mike Kalinowski. So we saw that go down. And then, of course, seeing there that Thad has been kind of bullied again by Kalinowski into booking another match for the spectacular Ken Napzok, part of course, KOrruption, will now be taking on Alex Damon there. And then, of course, before our next match, we saw, of course, Brianne speak with the commissioner himself, Thad Williams, and kind of bribe him, saying, like, or not bribe him, but say, hey, these people are going to walk if you do not step down and kind of give Mike Kalinowski his comeuppance and all that good stuff. People are going to walk away, so we'll see how that progresses. But let's get into what's going down on the next match and find out who exactly the Harris brothers will be taking on. So on Friday, we had KOrruption taking on Who's the Boss, Mark Reilly and Ben Bateman coming in with that 2-0 record, of course, managed by Finstock, while KOrruption, Chance Ellison, and Mike Kalinowski also coming in with the 2-0 record managed by Ken Napzok. So round number 1, after everyone missed the first question, it was a very back and forth type of round, each competitor playing solid and each competitor actually ending the round with the exact same score. Mike and Chance, Mark and Ben all going 6 for 8 in this round. Solid rounds by all of them, despite missing 2 questions each, of course. Mike having to use 2 repeats though on question number 5. Wasting 2 repeats maybe could have come in handy later down the line, of course. But ending in a 12-12 tie after the first round, a very entertaining round, and was a sign of things to come. Round number 2, Who's the Boss deciding to respin on their fantasy sci-fi one and end up with the category of scores and soundtracks. A big strength of Mark. Reilly can redeem himself from his singles match where it didn't pay off so well, and it does exactly that, going 6 for 6, getting a possible 11 out of 12 points, only having to go to multiple choice on one single question. A very impressive round. That's a round you really want to put up, especially in a semi-final Anarchy team tournament type of match. And of course, now Who's the Boss leads 23-12 at the end of round 2. KOrruption needed to come up big in their round 2. And KOrruption, they end up spinning the category of 2000s and don't do quite as well. On the first question, they end up giving up a 1-point steal and ended up going 4 for 6 for possible 7 out of 12 points. Also giving up another 2-point steal on question number 3. A big play there, and just not the type of round you really want to come up with after, of course, Who's the Boss put up a nearly perfect round. And now Who's the Boss leads by a score of 26-19 heading into round number 3, the final round. So round number 3, KOrruption down by 7, needing to come up big here. Mike going first with the category of disaster films. He gets that first question correct. Question number 2, Chance Ellison up next, getting the category of rom-coms and not able to get that correct answer. Matthew McConaughey coming back to bite him here. Question number 3, needing to hit this one to tie it up and force Who's the Boss to answer some questions in the category of dramas, and they come together to get that question correct, sending it back to Who's the Boss for question number 1. Mark Reilly taking this one in the category of movie taglines, and he gets that question correct, sending KOrruption home as Who's the Boss wins it by a score of 28-26, and now we'll play the Harris brothers in the Anarchy final. So with the victory, Who's the Boss improves to 3-0, while KOrruption falling to 2-1. Who's the Boss, they went 19 for 23 for questions they were asked for 83%, and KOrruption, they went 18 for 25 for 72% for questions they were asked. On the individual side of things, Mark Reilly and Mike Kalinowski leading the way for their teams, each going 7 for 9 for 78%. Ben Bateman going 6 for 8 for 75%, and Chance Ellison going 6 for 9 for 67%. Each person playing quite well for them individually. Just that round 2 was really the difference maker in this entire game. So Who's the Boss advancing to the Anarchy finals will play the Harris brothers, and unfortunate for KOrruption, won't be playing in those anymore, but they are coming for every belt individually apparently. Mike, of course, going for the Intergation title. Chance going to try to win that singles title through the tournament there, and then of course Ken Knapsack going for that Star Wars title. We'll see if they can do that, but the big story here is Who's the Boss playing the Harris brothers, and of course post-game we saw Thad Williams actually stand up to Mike Kalinowski. Kalinowski, of course, demanding a triple threat match for the titles, and Thad standing up to him. We'll see what happens there. Mike Kalinowski's always got a plan, so we'll see exactly how long maybe Thad stay as commissioner last year. He might be replaced by, who knows, maybe Mike Kalinowski himself. That would be pretty crazy if that does go down. Let me know your thoughts on who you predict, who maybe the next commissioner will be. Will it be Christian Harloff again? Will he play Thad for the commissioner title? Who knows? It's exciting stuff, but again, Who's the Boss? The big story here. Impressive game, impressive round 2, and now we'll play the Harris brothers in the final. So coming up next week on the Move to Reach One, we've got a double header here on Tuesday. Ben Bateman taking on Janine the Machine. Of course, patrons got to see this one last week, but an exciting match. Who will win this one, Ben Bateman or the Machine? Both up-and-comers. Janine, of course, the rookie coming in here, but Ben Bateman hasn't had the most stellar singles record, and the Machine, of course, has the better record right here with the 2-1 record, while Ben Bateman coming with the 2-3 record. Who will advance in this singles qualifier tournament? We'll just have to wait and see. And then coming up after this one, of course, we have Lon Harris taking on Josh McCouga. Josh McCouga, can he have a little bit of that McCouga magic and overcome the odds and defeat Lon Harris? Lon Harris, of course, now in the team final. Can he make his way into the singles tournament? It remains to be seen, but McCouga, again, if he pulls out the McCouga magic, can he make it to the tournament, maybe a tournament final like he did in the first ever tournament that we saw here? And then, of course, on November 9th, we have, of course, the winner of those matches, either Lon Harris and Josh McCouga taking on either Ben Bateman or Janine the Machine. It will be an exciting one, an interesting one to see coming up here on the Move Trivia Schmoedown. So as for our play of the week, that's got to be round number 2. Who's the Boss? Annihilating the scores and soundtracks category. 11 out of 12 possible points, 6 for 6, a nearly perfect round, almost a perfect 12 there, coming up close, but it was really the difference maker in this entire game. KOrruption not playing a bad game, it's just giving up those seals in round 2, and then of course having the scores and soundtracks category be so successful for Who's the Boss really was the difference maker in getting them to the finals. An impressive game for both Ben Bateman and Marc Reilly. As for our misplay of the week, it was very difficult. I don't think there really was a giant misplay, but I will say the slight mistake, I guess, was Jeff Sneider having the almost steal on the Django Unchained question. Had he maybe thought of it a little bit longer, of course, would have maybe remembered that flashback sequence with Bruce Dern and come up with the correct answer. Very close to stealing it, but the slight mistake was the difference maker there. But our player of the week has to be Lon Harris, going 10 for 10 in the game. The perfect round number 1, hitting the bonus question, and of course getting his question correct in round number 3. An impressive game for Lon Harris, sealing the deal of why he's our player of the week. Can he bring that type of game into the finals? It will be tough for Who's the Boss if he does so, but it will be an exciting finale nonetheless. So that's it for this episode of Schmoedown Central. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Your predictions for next week, your thoughts on the finale, and of course the misplay player play of the week. Let me know if you disagree, if you agree, all the good stuff in the comment section below. Of course, follow me on Twitter at 94BradThomas or at Schmoedown to keep up to date in the world of the movie trivia Schmoedown and everything going on in Schmoedown Central, of course. And again, big week coming up next week, the singles kind of mini qualifying tournament. It will be exciting. The gauntlet is down, and this little mini gauntlet tournament should be exciting, and I'm interested to see who makes it into that tournament. It will be exciting. So that's it. Let me know all your thoughts, and of course, I will talk to you all next week on Schmoedown Central.